Miss Serfozo, you call your daughter, Paternity, your miracle baby.
Yes, Your Honor.
And because you were told you'd never have kids. And when she was born, she had 3 possible fathers, including Mr. Miller.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Miller, you and your fiance, Ms. Dreyer, say Ms. Serfozo is lying about paternity, and you have physical proof.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Ms. Serfozo, I have to ask you this. How do you end up with 3 possible fathers for your miracle baby?
Ma'am, at that time, I do have a past just like everybody else. At that time, it was party central for me. I was just partying all the time. When I found out I was pregnant, I was involved with somebody else.
Okay.
So.
You were dating one man.
Yes, ma'am.
And you assumed he was the father of your child.
Yes, ma'am.
But the truth is you were also intimate, obviously, if you believe there are 3 possible fathers, with 2 other men.
Yes, ma'am.
One of which was Mr. Miller.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how did you and Mr. Miller meet?
Through one of his family members.
So the relationship became a sexual relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
And you had sex without using protection.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Miller, you agree that happened?
No, ma'am, I have no.
You have not? So how do you remember this going?
I vaguely remember meeting her at my family member's house at a party. I was partying a lot, and they said I took her upstairs, and I don't remember.
They said?
Yeah.
Your Honor.
You really don't remember the sexual relationship?
No, I don't.
Wow,
Your
so
Honor.
that means you can't say for certain whether it was protected or not.
That is a blunt lie. We went and picked Mr. Miller up. I sat on his lap until we got to the family member's house. It was not a party. He came over casually. He actually asked me if he could come over. And that's
So you're
when-
saying you felt more like this particular encounter between you 2 was a date?
Not as a date, but as friends of benefits.
So was this a one-time benefit, or did they
No, ma'am, it happened
extend?
multiple times throughout months.
It did not happen throughout months.
Because surely you might have forgot or not be able to remember one time, but months?
Yeah, there's no possible way there was months.
Well, how long were you with her?
That night, if any.
So, wait.
Okay.
All right, so you're saying you were with her once, maybe, and she's saying you were together for months. Well, luckily for this courtroom, we only need the once, and since you can't remember, we'll just go with Ms. Serfozo's testimony right now, and the DNA evidence will be the jury. Moving on. So, there are other possible fathers as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please elaborate.
The reason we had broken off is because he went to my best friend. I caught his car at my best friend's house. And at that time, I found another.
Okay, so he started sleeping with your best friend, so you found somebody else.
Yes, Your Honor.
There was no us to begin with, so
But you do remember moving on and sleeping with her friend?
yeah.
That party remembers. So, Ms. Serfozo, you got pregnant, you gave birth. Who did you tell? Were any of these men, these 3 possible fathers, were they with you through your pregnancy? Did they go to doctor's appointments with you? Did they support you? Were they in the delivery room? Something?
One of them actually was throughout my whole pregnancy with me, cut her umbilical cord, and actually pursued on until he was excluded.
You've had a DNA test with that gentleman, and unfortunately, he's been excluded as a potential father.
Yes, Your Honor, that is why I'm here today.
There's another man,
Yes, Your Honor.
right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you contact him?
No, Your Honor, because I believe without a doubt in my mind that is Michael Miller's baby.
What makes you so convinced?
Because my daughter looks exactly like him and all his children.
Do you see a resemblance, Mr. Miller?
No.
Not at all? Mr. Miller, so how did you and your fiance find out about the child?
She told her through a text message. I never actually got a message that she was pregnant or that it might be my baby.
So you got a text message?
Through Facebook.
Now, Ms. Dreyer, what did you find out?
Okay, she never texted me or him or anybody to start with. In December of 2013, I was talking to my ex who had ended up with Mr. Serfozo, and he says, well, you know, I'm here with Michael's baby.
Your children's father is now with Mr. Serfozo.
He was with her for like 2 months.
Okay, so he was in a sexual relationship with her.
Yes.
Called you and said, I'm here with
Michael's baby.
Michael's baby.
And he said, did you know he's got a baby that's about 6 months old?
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
I was talking to my ex who had ended up with Mr. Serfozo, and he says, well, you know, I'm here with Michael's baby. And he says, did you know he's got a baby that's about 6 months old?
And what did you say?
I said, I didn't know that, but I'll ask him about it when I get home. He was like, what are you talking about? He's like, I've never even heard about this, you know? We looked up on Facebook. He says, I don't even remember meeting that girl. Who is this, you know?
That's pretty funny.
This fuzziness is questionable, Mr. Miller.
I said I vaguely remember meeting her at a party.
But you didn't tell your fiance you may or may not have slept with her.
No, because I was so tore up that night, I don't even remember. In August, when the time was supposed to happen, I was in South Carolina, and I have a ticket right here to prove that I got in August.
Jerome, hand me that evidence, please.
And he was also in August gone for a whole week where nobody could find him. No, he wasn't.
No, I was not.
No, he was
Mr.
not.
Miller, your contention is you weren't even in town.
No, ma'am.
So how could it be you?
That's right.
So August, you gone.
I was gone from that place before August.
When was Senity born?
June 14th, man.
February. Oh, I'm getting through the year. Hold on. So, you're claiming you were not around during the window of conception.
Yes, ma'am.
But if my math is right, sometime in September could have also been a window of conception for the baby.
I was not
All of her
there.
friends even say she sleeps with guy to guy to guy to guy. She jumps
She
from guy
don't
to
even know
guy.
my friends, Your Honor.
I know her friends
So,
because they're his family.
that's
that she's trying to
okay,
butt
that's
into his
okay.
family.
Her friends are my
She's a
friends.
That's
delusional
okay.
tramp.
So hold on.
Okay, Shamu.
So your contention is there are no other possible fathers.
There is no other possible fathers, ma'am. She looks like him. His own mother says that she acts like him as a baby.
She comes up with all these stories. She's even told me stories about my own kids' father. In December, she was texting me, telling me that my kids should be told that their father is dead because he had a new life with her and her child, and
Ma'am,
that he was no longer going to be their baby.
That was never said.
And that is what she said to me.
That was never said.
Well, isn't this a mess?
He's known for since she was 5 months old that he was possibly the father. He could have went to welfare and said, I want to do the DNA on this child.
But you say this is your miracle baby.
This is my miracle baby, and I hate the situation I'm in. I hate to have to come up here. And I hate that I don't know who that is. And it kills me every day. I do apologize. I never thought I would be in this predicament, ma'am. That is my miracle baby, and every day I thank God for her. But I'm the one sitting here struggling to make sure she has diapers while he's sitting there refusing to tell child support where he is so he could do a DNA test, but y'all found him.
So ultimately, your position is I need to do this for my daughter.
Yes, ma'am. My
That
daughter
she
needs
deserves
everything.
the support, and he's supporting his other children and Ms. Dreyer's children, and you believe if your daughter is his daughter, he should be supporting her as well.
She deserves to know who her father is.
And she deserves to know who her father is. That is correct.
Yes, I had a party face. I'm not going to deny that, Judge. I'm not. I was 21 when I met Mr. Miller. I was having fun. I was kicking it. But why should my daughter pay the consequences for my mistakes?
She says that he wouldn't know where child support is. He has a child support case with his ex-wife. All right, he pays child support every single week. So how is that we're not telling child support where he is? Okay?
Child support does have his
We've
address,
called
Your
the
Honor.
child support in
And
Ohio.
they said it back.
said that they had never even heard from her.
So your
said it
contention
back.
is we're not trying to duck or dodge any
Yes,
No, ma'am, I'm not.
responsibility.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am, I'm not.
We have
If I'm
7
the
kids
dad,
already.
I
We
will
don't-
step up to the plate.
What's one more? He takes care of my 4 plus his 3.
Yeah, I have
Does
3.
that sound like a deadbeat to
She
you?
has
Your
4.
Honor. And he takes care
I
of all
take
of
care of
them.
them.
Your
So how am
Honor.
I deadbeat? Like she claims I am.
I called child support and they said that the postal thing was sent back, that he doesn't live where I gave them the address to.
Then obviously you don't know where it is.
Well, obviously,
'Cause he's
you
on
don't
the
even
same
need to
one
be
for
in this because this
2006.
is your
You know
child.
what? You brought
Well,
it.
if you all
brought
would
me into
stop
this 'cause
arguing
you were the
long
one-
enough to exchange contact information,
Your Honor.
maybe Senate.
Your Honor, I have the same number I've had for 5 years, the same phone number.
So
if I was
why
that
has
in
this
contact
been
with
so
her,
hard?
I don't know. If I was that in contact with her,
Because I've been
why
in
can't she
denial.
dial the phone number I've
I
had
don't
for
have
5
your phone
years?
number anymore. I deleted it.
You've been in what?
I've been in denial. I do not want my Mr. Miller being my child's father because as in the past, he left me for my best friend.
There was no us to begin with, so how
Okay,
could I
whatever.
leave you?
Okay, but hold on. You made a point that I think is valid.
This is for my daughter,
The
ma'am. I'm
bottom
not going
line
to
is
argue with him.
you've had the idea that he could be her father.
Ma'am, his
But
own brother said that she looked just like
and
him.
you said a minute ago he's the only choice, but the truth is you've been denying it. You wanted it to be somebody else's.
I don't want to have to put up with his fiance, ma'am.
But now when it's come
You're
down
one
to
who
the
keeps
come
texting me
down,
on Facebook and harassing me. You never even texted
say
him
he's
to
the
tell
only
him you might
option.
be
Your
the
Honor,
dad.
I blocked her from Facebook because she
Yeah.
was calling me all sorts of names.
Yo,
and I
I
told
texted
her
her-
I've already took it to
Your
child
Honor?
support. He will be contacting
Your
within
Honor?
a week or two.
She causes so much
So,
trauma in our
I
family
don't know
because
what
she
she
texts
said.
me and harasses me trying to
Ma'am,
get us to split up. And like
Your
I've
Honor,
told
I will
her,
show you my phone.
And you know what? Her and my kids' father were together for 2 months.
4
She did
months.
not put it on Facebook. He was with you from December to January. And when he
November
moved back to
18th
South
until
Carolina,
he
he
moved.
moved in with another woman the next day.
Okay.
So he
What's
loved
the
you
difference
so
you
much. Why'd he move in with another woman the
To
very
make
next
you
day?
mad because you had her ex-boyfriend living with you and Michael.
Oh well.
what? I don't need to know.
But Your Honor, I'm not here to argue with her.
even
I'm not here to
want
argue with
to
him.
know.
That is the reason
By his
I am
own
here.
admission?
That is the only reason I am here. It's 'cause
That's
he left
the
her because
only
she cheated on his
reason-
father. He
She
needs to
bounces
step
from guy
back.
to guy to guy.
Excuse me, ladies. It never ceases to amaze me when I see 2 grown women arguing back and forth over a man that's standing in the middle with nothing to say.
Oh, I don't want him. She can have him. I don't want him. I never wanted him. He was
Nothing
just
to
something
say.
else.
I already said what I had to say. I said I would step up to the plate if the baby was mine.
And look, really, that's all
there
I
is.
needed to hear you
That's
say.
all there
But
is.
it's still fascinating that these 2 women are going back and forth
Because
and
women
back
do
and
this.
forth.
Oh, women do that.
Arguing
You do it too.
this on Facebook, you told me this, you trying to do this, you trying to do that, when the focus should be, if you're this child's father, this beautiful child's father, where do we go from
I'll
here?
step up to the plate.
Jerome,
I'll do what I can.
in light of that, I think we're ready
We
for
did
the
stay
results.
together when she was conceived.
There you go, Judge.
Just like he was up there the weekend before he crashed, right?
He was there March 7th.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he
Still going.
He had my kids that weekend.
was. Okay.
Delusional.
Okay.
Results or more
No, ma'am, I want to know the
riff-raff
results.
argument?
Yeah, I want to know that.
I
right
want to
there,
go
so-
to my child. I've been away from her too long.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Serfozo versus Miller, pertaining to 1-year-old Senate Plaza,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Miller. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Serfozo versus Miller, pertaining to 1-year-old Senate Plaza,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Miller, you are not her father.
Told you.
Thank God. Thank God.
So now where's the other man?
I'm glad he's not. I'm glad, Willie, that he's not her father. I'm sorry that I had to put him through this. I just want to know who her father is.
I have to ask you, do you know who your child's father is?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
You know, I want people to come in this courtroom and I want them to lay it on the line for a child, and I want them to tell the truth. And that was an ugly truth to tell.
Yes, it was.
But you told it and you were brave enough to say it. And this court is going to provide some resources to you, because I cannot imagine not knowing who my child's father is. What that would mean for me, what that would mean more importantly for my child, and having to figure out how to work through that and make it right for them. And you've got that huge challenge on your hands, and you got to be strong. You're one step closer. Now at least you know he is not. And now you can begin to figure out who is.
Yep.
Okay? Court is adjourned.
That's
Ms. Lee, you have come to court today with one goal in mind: to prove to Mr. Green that he fathered your 3-year-old son, Kingston. You say Mr. Green has denied your son from the moment you got pregnant, but today his denial will end. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Green, you say you know exactly who Kingston's father is, and it's not you. It's Ms. Lee's sugar daddy, who's more than twice her age. So, Ms. Lee, you say Mr. Green is denying Kingston.
Yes, ma'am.
Explain.
Mr. Green has been denying my child since day one. He's been denying him for 3 years. He has never came around like he's supposed to. I have to call. I have to do so much to get this man into my child's life. But at the end of the day, I just want him to step up.
And Kingston is 3 years old.
Kingston 3, he just turned 3 June 3rd.
So this
And he didn't do nothing for his birthday either.
I try to meet her
When?
halfway, but her attitude is just...
My attitude has nothing to do with you
messed
stepping up for your child.
It's messed up. And I try to reach out to her several times. She don't want to meet me in the middle. She always give me some runaround excuse after excuse. You know what I mean? It don't make sense.
And so you're saying, Mr. Green, even though you have doubt, you still have made an effort in your mind.
And somewhat, you know, I try to meet her halfway as far as, you know, taking the DNA test and things like that. But at the point me and her was talking, it was back and forth. We was never in no stable relationship. She knew I had a girlfriend already. She tried to break me up from that, and I told her
He moved into my home. So if I try to break him up, why are you in my home?
Your Honor, she knew I had a girlfriend. She even tried to call
He
me
knew he had a
girlfriend.
girlfriend, so that's his problem.
She knew it too.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Like,
that ain't got nothing
So
to do with
how
me.
did you explain to your girlfriend you lived in the house with Ms. Lee?
Oh, he couldn't. I called her.
she did.
Oh,
From his phone. So, yeah, I snuck, called the girl, woke him out his sleep and made him start talking, and didn't let him know she was on the phone until the end of the conversation to let her know, yeah, your dude over here, and I'm pregnant. You know,
Whoa.
It is what it is.
so in your mind, you knew you weren't really in a relationship with him, but you thought he was trying to play both sides.
Right.
Before I got there, she had already was back. She told me she was back and forth between some other dudes. She didn't know if it was his or mine at first.
Okay, wait.
I slept
Okay.
with another dude. Yes, I did. I slept with another dude one time with a condom. And only one time,
I
his
don't
little
even
2
know
minutes
that.
wasn't doing nothing. So at the end of the day,
don't
yes,
even know
I
that.
did go out and
Your
go.
Honor, she's on Facebook making a crazy post talking about some who out here got the best D and talking about other men, stuff like that.
Wait, you got...
Your Honor, I got evidence
Oh,
right here.
let me
Your
see
Honor.
this evidence. Jerome,
Oh, he just seen
you submitted to the court Facebook post from Ms. Lee that say, is it wrong to have choices on men and blank all on the first day just in case the D ain't good? Just asking.
Oh, that's
That's
a
her.
question. That was recently. And that's not when King was born, 2015 now.
Okay, and
That
you
wasn't
submitted
before he
another...
got conceived either.
And you submitted another question, raise of hands. Who got the good D?
I want to know who got it.
Come on now.
I'm single.
She
I'm
was
single.
advertising
I want to
like
know who
I don't
got
know who
it.
she with. Me and her were just friends with benefits. So I don't know.
So in your mind,
that.
Mr. Green, when you see these posts, you say, she's out with whoever got the good D.
Yeah, basically.
I was out with.
Basically.
That was recently.
And you admittedly say, that's what I'm looking for, that's what I have.
I don't sugarcoat nothing. It is what it is, but I just want him to step up because at the end of the day, he knows that he's doing wrong. I can count on my hands how many times he has seen his child. How I made him come, we end up sleeping in a hotel together. You know what I'm saying? So he can watch his child. I mean, I'm trying to make him be a father.
So you're at the point that you've even had to sleep with him?
Right. Do you
To
remember?
get him to come around?
That's not true, Your Honor.
You got a smirk on your face, Mr. Green.
Because he knows.
No, because I
He's
went over there. I
addicted.
went over there, but we didn't do nothing.
We did something.
Your Honor, she just wanted me to come. She said she wanted me to come over and watch him. You know, keep an eye on him, and she wanted to spend some time with him. And the position I was in at the time, he couldn't come to my place because her and my girlfriend, they had problems.
Right,
She
it's
just don't like. She don't like nobody on which she wants me to
My
herself.
child
Period. That's
is-
what it boils
all
down
he has
to.
to-
It's
he
more
didn't-
than just a child.
I'm not asking
herself.
for money from him. I'm asking for time from him.
Right.
He knows this.
Right. So, Ms. Lee, I want you to take me back. So you find out you're pregnant. What happens? Do you tell him immediately?
When I found out I was pregnant, I took a pregnancy test, and I told him that I was pregnant. And then I guess he didn't believe me, so he took me to the clinic, and they told him I was pregnant. That paper don't lie. So when he found out, he denied right then and there.
She also had some old dude she was talking to,
My
paid for the
dad
baby
was in
shower.
my home.
He buys her
That was
clothes
my
and stuff.
father.
Like, who does that for nothing?
He knew.
Like, he
that was
does
my father.
it.
Now, when he
That was
talking
your
about an
father?
incident when I came out, I ain't gonna lie, I had came out of my sugar daddy's car one day. He
So
dropped
you
me
do have a
off.
sugar daddy?
Yeah, I got me a good sugar daddy. My sugar daddy been there for 10 years, have never, ever left my side. I would never leave him. He come way before this. We've never had sex before. You know, he might want some pictures.
But
Oh!
Hey, pictures and pictures and something else is totally, sex and pictures are totally different. So yeah, I send pictures. Hey,
This sugar daddy paid for the baby shower, too.
baby
sure
shower, he
did.
buys clothes for him.
he
He does
sure
everything.
did. Where were
And-
you? You ain't bought nothing. You should be surprised another dude is doing something. You should be happy. Applaud him.
You know what, Your Honor,
Yeah.
on top of that, prior to me, I knew her 3 years prior to this. She
Yes,
told
you
me
did. We were
since I
together.
known her, she could never get pregnant because she had a hernia. And so all of a sudden you pop up pregnant, you're like, where did this come from?
And he believed it though. I did tell
Like,
him
come on.
Miss
Lies after
Lee!
lies.
Now it must be God. Hello.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. You lied on purpose and
I
said
told him that because
3
at the
years
end of the day,
straight.
I want to continue
3 years straight.
doing stuff with him, you know, without.
Come on,
and
man.
I knew I was on
Oh,
death
so
row.
you didn't want to use a condom.
He didn't either. We did it the first day without. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And I got pregnant because we didn't do it once. We were doing it for the whole month. So it wasn't like this is the one. You the only person I slept with. He took me to work and brought me back home. So what's this
So,
excuse?
Mr.
Who's
Green,
there?
To me, all these lies going on, I don't believe nothing she say. It's too much.
Okay.
Too much.
But at the end of the day, I really was pregnant. I just feel like when you found out I was pregnant, you should have did more. You know what I'm saying?
so when you told him you were pregnant, his response was what?
It ain't mine. It
And that
ain't
was your
mine.
first response.
You didn't say it wasn't yours?
I said, I don't know, it ain't mine.
You
I
don't know.
it's not
Okay,
mine.
So,
Where were you?
okay, I don't know, it's not mine, but you admittedly were sleeping with her unprotected.
Yes, I was, Your Honor.
But you thought she was also having sex with other people because of the way you knew her to be, very open about sex and...
I'm very open.
Yes.
But now Kingston is 3 years old. Why have you not asked for a paternity test before?
I mean, I have several times, Your Honor. I got a chart right here.
This is an exhibit you brought?
Yes, ma'am,
Please
exhibit I
step
brought.
over and show me what this says.
Please do.
All right, first of all, he was born on June 3rd. I went to the hospital. I asked the hospital, can we go ahead and get DNA testing done, whatever. So a few days later going by, she's telling me, it's too soon for him to come outside. He was just born, this and that. She refused right then, Your Honor.
I
So-
refused because he was a day old.
Here comes November. I'm still asking her, like, okay, cool, I want to see him. Let's go ahead and get the DNA results done, this and that. I'm all the way out here in Douglasville. I don't have a ride. You got to come get me. I'm like, why don't I have to come get you? Why you can't meet me halfway? So she refused then, Your Honor, too.
I have text messages. I have text
Another
messages.
refusal.
She another refuses, Your Honor. Then comes June 3rd. What's just been going on for a minute? What's up with the DNA testing? I lost his birth certificate. oh, you need to buy another one. I said, hold on, why would I get something for something that you lost? It don't make sense. That's your responsibility to get it because you're supposed to keep up with it. That was his birthday.
Kingston's
She
3,
refused again. He's 3
refused
years old.
again.
You refused again. And so this was the last time right here in 2017. When it get to that point, she's telling me like, oh, you know, I'm about to go out of town soon. I'm finna go leave the state. She kept playing around for the whole time. At that point, I was like, I'm done with it. I done did most of what I could do.
So June 3rd, 2017.
She refused every time.
Again.
Down the road, she refused every time.
He lying on that. Point blank, I ain't refused nothing. I told him, let's go. What's up?
It sounds like to me, I mean, you all doing a whole bunch of nothing. Like, it doesn't take this long to get a DNA test.
What he wanted me to do was pay for it. I felt like we both had them. You pay half, I pay half. But they ain't got
But
nothing
it just
to do
feels
with
like, I mean, both of you all going back and forth, back and forth. It's like a power play after power play. I mean, Kingston wants some papa play.
Yeah.
He want a daddy. So I will say this, Mr. Green, Ms. Lee has maintained consistently. I mean, she has said when she's lied, she has said when she did what she did, but she's maintained consistently throughout this hearing that you are this child's biological father. What makes you so reluctant to believe her?
I mean, because like I said, when he was first born, she was saying, she did admit that she slept with someone. Then on top of that, after he was born, she kept asking me, oh, let me see your baby pictures. Let me get your baby pictures, trying to compare them. And once she got the baby pictures, that's when she felt like she was 100%.
Bingo.
You know,
bingo.
She was
Don't that look like the
100%
same
sure.
baby? Look like the same baby. That's him in the blue.
But once she seen the
and
picture, that's when
right
she
there.
felt more confident.
That's him.
But you can't just go off the picture, though.
So, Ms. Lee, at the end of the day, we know that the biology controls it all, that really it's about who you slept with, not who he looks like.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
And you did admit that you had sex.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you getting upset?
Because I feel like he been through this. So why would you do that to your only child? You get what I'm saying? Me, growing up, I mean, I didn't have a father. So I feel like if you went through all this, why would you do that to your child? Why would you do that to your first? I would at least go through it first and then find out. Mr. Green don't do nothing.
I do, Your Honor. Like I said, I try to reach out to her
How many times have you got your child?
You know what I mean? I done got him a few times.
How many
You know what I
times?
mean? Not as many as I
And
wanted to.
when I bring the child to you, do I bring the food for him? Do I bring everything for the child when he comes? Because, I mean, you ain't going to do it, so I bring it so I know my child will eat.
He always going to be right.
So you're saying, Ms. Lee, you're comfortable too. This isn't just about, and I still want to be with him. This is, I want my child to have his father in his life. I don't care if I have to cook the food, bring the clothes, bring him over, get him over there to you.
Your Honor.
That's how badly I want my son to have a relationship.
My other son don't have that. The one that he babysat, almost the whole relationship we were talking, he nannied my child. So at the end of the day, if you can do that with him, then you should be able to do that to your own child. That's the thing that's getting to me.
So you saying while you worked, he took care of your oldest child?
Oh, he did. Oh, he did. He did a very good job. So I know he's capable of being a father. He knows what I've been through. I've been raised up in foster care, you know what I'm saying? So to only have 2 kids where one don't have a father, but one live 10 minutes up the street from me. He live up the street. We live in the same almost area. He knows he's a deadbeat.
Only time I feel like she really hits me up, and it's like when, oh, what you doing? Why you ain't seen your son lately? This, and that, and then she'll be like, oh, I need a babysitter. What you doing? That's on time for like.
I do. I have to go to work.
On time she called me up, and it's more convenient for her to go to work.
One of the babysitters
it's not like I want you to spend some time. It's
so when I told her that,
but what you're
not a babysitter, you don't babysit your own child.
I'm not a babysitter. That's why I'm not a babysitter.
It's a difference.
But listen, Mr. Green, listen. I mean, it's not so far out of the ordinary for her to say, hey, Mr. Green, can you watch the child while I go to work? Or even if she just needed a break. I mean, let's be honest, she stated in the courtroom that she trusts you because you were so good to her other child. And I also hear you, Ms. Lee, when you say, I mean, growing up in foster care, there is a trauma innate in that. And I see the tears in your eyes. I believe now I understand even more why you are so persistent about this. I think it's your desire to break a generational curse. And I see that. And I think every time he doesn't show up for Kingston, it reminds you of the times when you wondered why nobody showed up for you.
At all. And That's all I want. I just want him to be in a child life. I was thinking I could have put him on child support, put abandonment warrant on, did anything I wanted to do. And I talked to him about it, and I said, I don't want to do that. So I give you 3 years. I done gave him 3 years to get it together. How long? It'll be 10 years in a minute. How long does it take a man to stand up? How long? But I would do anything, and I would continue doing anything, just as long as he take care of his child.
All right. Well, we don't want to make you wait any longer. It's important for you and for Kingston that we get the answers, and I have them for you. Jerome? Thank you.
You're welcome.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Lee versus Green, when it comes to 3-year-old Kingston Lee, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Green, you are the father.
Told you! I told you! Look at him! Look at him! 3 years!
You are the father.
Oh my God. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We ain't got nothing to say, do you? No apology? No nothing?
I apologize. I'm sorry.
That's who you need to apologize to. At the end of the day, that's it.
I wasn't trying to run or hide from no type of responsibility. I just wanted a little bit more clarification. You know what I mean? And the way she was living, I was uncertain. That's a lot of. I can't make up for a lot of time, but I can start now being more in his life. You know what I mean? I'm glad I got it behind me. You know?
Well, listen. And I think it's important when we talk about moving forward that we take accountability. And I think you saying that I've missed time and I will make up for that time is important. This is on you. I have taken you as far as I can take you. You came here for answers. I got those answers for you. What you do with that truth is up to you.